This home has a wide open kitchen, sits on 1 acre, and has a view off the backyard that looks out to this. Stay tuned for the rest of the walkthrough of this inventory home for sale. Hey everyone, Raj Sahu here, realtor in Central Texas, back with another walkthrough of this inventory home currently for sale at the time of this video getting posted. This is the Norwood plan with David Weekley Homes. This plan is over 3,100 square feet. It has 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms with a 3-car garage. This is shown as a 1-story, but they do have this plan as a 2-story that ends up being over 4,000 square feet. So like I say, with all my walkthroughs, just get a feel for the flow of the plan, get a feel for what it's like to sit on 1 acre, to have something that has a bit of a view off the backyard, and then see if it's something that's of interest. Now, these are going to be the windows that look out to that backyard, but what I want to first start off with is the kitchen in this plan. And one thing I'll mention, as I stated before, this actual plan is for sale, but this wasn't a model home. Oftentimes I do show model homes. I probably say it in every video. Model homes tend to have very high-end upgrades, and it's usually well beyond what most average homeowners spend in their homes. This inventory home is actually going to be a little bit more along the lines of the average, where they did an upgrade on the appliance. They did this great vent hood that goes all the way up to the ceiling, but they use this backsplash that I think is a little bit more simple, but putting it in a herringbone pattern and then putting it all the way up that vent hood, all the way along this countertop, I think looks fantastic. This countertop, single basin sink, these are all things that are a little bit more in line with what I see in a great deal of inventory homes. And actually the look off of the window here is a really good look at what it's like to be in a 1 acre lot. In a lot of homes, when you're 5 feet from your property line and so is your neighbor, so you're 10 feet away from your neighbor, it's very difficult to get those views off the side of your home. But these 1 acre lots, there's a lot of opportunity. Now this is going to be the pantry. Would usually like to see this a little bit bigger, but they usually do make up for it for others with other storage spaces, other areas for cabinet storage as well. And then coming out to the main living area, I like that the fireplace is tucked in on this front corner of the living room rather than the back. Oftentimes when it's on the back, it eliminates the window, and it's a bit of a pet peeve, just because if you're gonna have windows, especially that look out to a view like this, it doesn't make sense to pay the builder to have a fireplace that deletes one of those windows. And just to give you the full experience here, this is what it's like to sit down in this chair. This is staging, so just keep in mind this is furniture. They move around from home to home as they stage it for listings. I felt like they could have actually probably put that couch a little bit further back to give it a little bit more room. But again, because it's a smaller couch, they probably put it a little bit closer. If you look down that left side, that's a huge walkway that probably wasn't needed. But again, that couch is probably smaller than what I think a lot of homeowners would put in this home. And of course, this is the dining area. Love the windows off the side again. Perfect for that 1 acre lot where you have so much space. And let me show you what that space looks like. So heading to the backyard, this is what 1 acre looks like. Now, just an FYI, I'm shooting this in the middle of winter, so if you see a lot of trees that are just branches, those do come back in the spring. But sticking to the plan, we have a big patio where if you see the outlet, I believe it's about probably 5 or 6 feet in the air. That's usually for a TV to get put out here because you have so much room. You watch a ball game out here. You can just take in the view, and it's just very peaceful, very serene out here. We are in a community called Rancho Santa Fe. This community is closing out with its construction, but we are in Liberty Hill, Texas. It's a suburb outside of Austin, Texas, and there are lots of 1 acre lot options that are out here, or really just homes that have very large backyards. I have a couple clients under contract just south of here, and the amount of space they have in their backyard I think is anywhere from 90 to 110 feet, and they have huge backyards. They're planning pergolas, they're planning possibly a pool. There's lots of options that you can do in the backyard space when you have that size. I know that sounds obvious, but I think a lot of times people overlook this, or they just don't realize that there are great options out here if you're just willing to go a little bit further out and bet on the big developments that are coming to the other suburbs south of here, like Leander and Cedar Park. we'll get back to that in a second. I want to focus in on the plan. We are in the primary bedroom, where I love the tray ceiling that they have here. I love the window sizes on this back wall. If you can imagine just waking up and just opening up the curtains and looking out to this. Fantastic. Oftentimes people talk about, well, a lot of homes are very close together. A lot of homes, you have to look at other people's backyards. There are other options out there, and that's what I'm really trying to detail moving forward, because I am seeing more and more options open up like this, where when inventory was very low, it's very tough to get these options for obvious reasons. There's only so much land that goes around, and now that there are quite a few options that are coming up, I think you can not only get the land that you want, but get the plan that you want, and that's a difference between now and maybe a year or two ago. Now we are in the primary bathroom. We saw a freestanding tub tucked in the corner there, huge closet on this left side, and I like the upgrades that they chose in this primary bathroom. When we come back to it, I like the tile work that they did with the countertop. Everything kind of flows really well here, where the black hardware I think sticks out. They did that gray cabinet. I like the frame mirrors even that have that black outline. And then the owner shower, they just kept simple, right? Just a simple subway backsplash, but doing that white and black look I know has become very popular and something I'm seeing a little bit more in inventory homes. Oftentimes a lot of inventory homes were just whites and grays, and a lot of builders stayed away from those black hardware, black faucets. But I like this look, the white and black. Let me know what you think in the comments. And as you can see here, we had that big closet around the left corner, and then there are 2 closets. And for this amount of square footage, usually I don't see that big of closets. So I would say that this is fairly unique. This is still a pretty good sized walk-in closet, even though it's not as big as the other one. And even though there's space here, keep in mind we still have the rest of the home to look through, where we have 3 other bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms we'll go through. There's a study, as well as a separate game room, retreat area. And so this is a 1-story plan, but still feels like a lot of square footage. And you'll see that, I think, as we go out to the other areas. Now we're gonna head to that study area I was telling you about. I'm gonna keep trying to show this view off the backyard. And there's that wide open kitchen in the back. By the way, that on the right side would have been a refrigerator. Most builders will not provide refrigerator, washer, or dryer. And keep in mind, for a lot of resales, I was just in a resale today, they have a washer, dryer, and fridge inside, but it actually doesn't convey to the buyer. It stays with the seller and it leaves with the property unless there's something stipulated that says it will transfer. So pretty standard here in Texas. This is going to be that study, again, being that it's off the side of the home, but with that big backyard, and we are in a cul-de-sac, you get that tons of room. It almost looks like there's a lot out there. It's not a lot. That's actually just the yard space. They had French doors going into that study. Opened up really well. Again, the windows are making a big difference here because there's so much room all around the house. It's going to be the laundry area, so washer and dryer would be on the left side. They do have not just plumbing, but an actual sink here in that laundry room. And then I love this tile that they did here. I think in laundry rooms, powder baths, small spaces, you can have a lot of fun. I actually had somebody do this even in their owner's bathroom. I think it looked fantastic. Obviously, there's a ton of personal preference there, as I always say. But either way, good to see David Weekley doing something fun here in these areas. Now, we saw the study. This is going to be a coat closet, and then behind this coat closet is going to be what they're calling a retreat area, and I would call this kind of like that game room retreat area, just that separate play area. You know, if we have a couple bedrooms on that side, so if you need a separate area for kids to play, or if you just need a separate area to hang out from away from the main living area, good space to do that. And then these are going to be the secondary bedrooms that are on this side. And while we go through these secondary bedrooms, one thing I wanted to mention is if you like views off the backyard, you like communities that have good terrain, there are hillsides, there's greenery, there's beauty, then stay tuned for what's coming here in 2023. If you've been watching the channel for a little while, you know I like to detail a lot of homes with views. If you're new to the channel, then you may not know that, but I love showcasing what's possible here in Austin, Texas and surrounding areas, because I don't think a lot of people realize there are amazing, beautiful places to live here that shock people that this exists in Texas when they find out about it. And being that I'm from Pennsylvania, I was shocked when I saw these places. And so I'm going to detail as much as I can moving forward in 2023. Created some systems in place where I do want to dedicate as much time as I can to clients who hire me as a realtor. I also want to still keep doing these videos. And so I've had some systems put in place where I'm excited about the videos that are coming up here in 2023. So stay tuned for that, especially if you like homes that have these great views. Getting back to the plan, this is a full bathroom that's off of the 2 bedrooms that are in this area that was off of that retreat/game room. Again, I like the upgrades that they chose there. Just a simple backsplash, but putting it all the way up to the ceiling, I think makes a big difference. And as I always say, windows and some of these design upgrades, I think do make spaces feel a lot bigger. And that's both good for resale, but also good for livability when you're in the home. And then this is going to be the last bedroom. So it's off the front of the home, right before the study. I like in this bedroom, they have a couple windows. A lot of bedrooms, sometimes they just have that one 3060 window, and that's it. And looking out this front yard, you can see what it's like to be on such a big yard space, especially in this cul-de-sac. You have a very long driveway kind of leading up to the road. And then we do have a full bathroom right off of this bedroom. And then I'll show you that mudroom. And then we do have a 3-car garage. So it's a 2-car side entrance with a 1-car carriage. And again, this is that subway backsplash going all the way up to the ceiling. Usually very inexpensive. I often see a lot of builders maybe include like a subway as an included tile. Sometimes it's just that square tile if they don't have a subway. But I love seeing that subway kind of all the way up to the ceiling. You will have a bath curtain there, but obviously that bath curtain only goes up so long. One of the things that could make sense in the design studio always depends on the budget, and always a good idea to have an Excel sheet kind of putting together that budget when going to design. So we saw that mudroom, you saw a coat closet, and then this is a 2-car garage. That door on the left side would actually be access out to the driveway, so you can get to your 1-car garage, which would be straight ahead. Now, if you wanted to see another David Weekley home that is a model home, also sitting on 1 acre with a pool in the back, click on the thumbnail that's appeared on your screen. And then if you are looking at real estate in the Austin area or other areas, reach out to me. If I can't help you, I'll at least connect you with a great realtor partner. And as always, hope this helps. Take care, everyone.